Have you ever felt a quiet whisper guiding you? One that speaks not from the mind, but from someplace deeper, timeless, vast, and eternal. What if I told you that within you exists a frequency, a hidden signal from your higher self, always transmitting, always waiting for you to tune in? This isn't just poetic mysticism. It's the key to awakening your soul's truest path. When you align with this frequency, decisions become clear, doubts vanish, and life begins to flow with divine purpose. In this video, we'll uncover ancient truths, quantum insights, and powerful practices that will help you reconnect with the sacred essence within you, your higher self. Let's begin the journey beyond the veil and step into alignment with your divine frequency. Long before the noise of modern life, ancient civilizations understood something we've forgotten, that the human soul carries a divine signal, a frequency resonating with the cosmos itself. In the mystery schools of Egypt, initiates were taught to still the body and mind, to receive wisdom from the Ba, the soul's higher aspect. In Vedic traditions, this same truth emerged through the concept of the Atman, the inner self, one with Brahman, the infinite. Philosophers like Plato spoke of a world of forms, a higher plane where the soul originates, echoing the idea that we are more than flesh. These teachings weren't just metaphors. They were blueprints, guides for aligning the mortal self with the eternal. To the mystics, tuning into this higher frequency wasn't a luxury. It was a sacred duty to live in truth, guided not by ego, but by divine inner knowing. You are not lost. You are not broken. You are simply out of tune with the guidance that's always been there, your inner compass. Within you lives an ancient voice, older than thought. It whispers in moments of stillness, in dreams, in gut feelings, that subtle nudge when logic makes no sense, but your heart knows the truth. This voice is your intuition, the language of the higher self. But in a world addicted to noise, we've been conditioned to ignore it. We're told to follow systems, experts, expectations, and in doing so, we silence the very signal that was meant to lead us. Imagine walking through a vast forest, blindfolded, while a guiding star waits above. That's what ignoring your inner compass feels like, navigating life without your most powerful tool. When we begin to listen, not just hear, but truly listen, the static fades. The path clears. You feel it not in your head, but in your being. The call to your higher self has always been there. The question is, are you ready to answer? Your higher self is not some distant entity or guardian angel watching from above. It is you, unbound by fear, ego, or illusion. It is the purest version of who you are, the version that remembers why you came here. Awakening your higher self is not about adding something new. It's about removing what isn't you. Doubts, limiting beliefs, attachments, and societal conditioning act like fog over a radiant light. But beneath that fog, your inner light remains untouched, eternal. When you begin to align with your higher self, everything changes. You no longer chase purpose, you embody it. You stop seeking answers outside and start trusting the ones that rise from within. This connection grants you access to something greater than intellect, universal wisdom. You begin to see life not as chaos, but as a sacred dance of synchronicity and symbols. Choices feel guided. You know without knowing how you know. And the beauty is, This higher self is always accessible. It doesn't shout, it whispers. All you have to do is quiet the noise and remember who you truly are. Alignment isn't a one-time event, it's a sacred practice, a devotion to your own inner truth. To connect with your higher self, you must become still enough to hear the signal through the static. Start with meditation, not as an escape, but as a return. In silence, you create space. As thoughts fade, intuition rises. Sit with yourself, even for 5 minutes a day, and allow your consciousness to deepen beyond the surface noise. Then turn to journaling, a sacred act of self-reflection. Write not just what happened, but what you felt, what you sensed. Often your higher self speaks in metaphor, symbols, and subtle emotional waves. The pen becomes the portal. Most importantly, observe the signs, synchronicities, repeating numbers, unexplained knowing, a dream that lingers, a phrase overheard at the right moment. These are not coincidences, they are echoes of guidance, signals from your higher self shaping your path. You are always in conversation with your soul, but you must be present, open, and aware enough to receive the message. Your higher self doesn't just visit during meditation. It walks beside you every single day. The question is, are you listening in the moments that matter most? Intuition is the voice of your higher self, woven into everyday decisions. It shows up in the pause before a yes, the unease in your stomach, the clarity after a quiet breath. It's not always dramatic, it's subtle, calm, and deeply persistent. In relationships, your intuition knows who drains your energy and who uplifts your soul. In your career, it whispers when something is out of alignment, when your work feeds your ego but starves your spirit. But beware, the mind loves to mimic intuition. Fear often disguises itself as wisdom. How do you tell the difference? True intuition feels light, expansive, and clear. Fear feels heavy, urgent, and constricting. You're not being asked to abandon logic, but to balance it with the inner compass that transcends logic. Over time, as you trust your higher self, its voice grows louder, not in volume, but in certainty. This is how you begin to live not from reaction, but from inner revelation. When you align with your higher self, life ceases to be a series of random events. It becomes a sacred unfolding. You no longer move through the world searching for purpose. You become the purpose. Every choice, every step, every word begins to resonate with deeper meaning. You live from truth, not fear, from clarity, not confusion. And the beautiful paradox: as you follow your inner guidance, you not only transform your own life, you become a beacon for others still lost in the fog. So ask yourself now, what would change if I trusted my higher self completely? Let that question echo through your days. And if this message resonates, share it, reflect on it, and most of all, live it. The path is within you. The time is now.